did it cost? We're going to kick off the show by talking about these classes in Sheffield, which are teaching people how to cook and to make a meal for a family for £3. This is doable, isn't it? I mean, we've spoken about this in the past. Whenever people say, I can't afford to eat properly, well, you really can. It's called Bags of Taste, and it's come to South Yorkshire after success in the south. And the idea is to help those who are struggling with food costs to eat better for less. Who could we send here? There's free food. Jenny Els went along to check out a session in Stocksbridge.
And I don't know if you can hear that, it's really starting to sizzle.
So today we're doing a delicious Parisian dish, which is French onion soup. It's a really lush, rich flavour. We've got some grated cheese in there as well. The smell is divine, as you probably can tell. We're also doing Singapore noodles, which is a kind of a mixture between Indian cuisine and Chinese cuisine. We've got peppers, we've got prawn flavours in there, we've got bean sprouts, and it is just like the takeaway. The difference is for us that it's super nutritious. Everything has been carefully measured out, but the main thing is it all costs under £1 a portion. It's not just a case of people just learning to do recipes. It really genuinely is about changing people's lives. We've found on average that people who have come to our lessons and have taken bags home and had a practice at home over the next year save about £1,400 on their cooking costs.
I mean, just that's enough to me.
Temperature.
Can I ask your name, sir?
Dudley.
Hello, Dudley. Can I ask why you wanted to come along?
Well, I'm on my own, live on my own, and it's socialising and it's learning how to cook. How to take care of myself.
Did you not know how to cook?
I've let it slip, yeah.
This is the only second time I've cooked in my life. Last week was the first time I've ever cooked.
Yeah.
My name's Sarah. I was very anxious about coming last week, but I took home the recipe and cooked vegetable curry, and it's really grown my confidence.
Can I ask how come it was ever the first time you've ever been able to cook?
I was brought up in a care system, so I suppose people cook for me, and I never had the confidence or knew how to cook vegetables up, and I found out about this, and today I'm bang on it. But it's very mindfulness as well, because I've got ADHD, and when I only cooked vegetable curry yesterday, but I'd sent all the pictures to my mum, and she's really proud that, because you're cooking it from fresh and you feel more healthier.
Right, so the cool thing about this project is the fact that once you've cooked, you get to sit down and eat. Sarah, what's the verdict?
It's better than a Chinese. I'm going to take Chinese out of business.
They say never broadcast or talk with your mouth full, but this is unreal.
There we go. That's our Jenny Els. Wherever there's free food, there's a Jenny Els. Louise is with me now. Louise Barter runs Bags of Taste in Sheffield. Good morning, Louise.
Morning, Toby.
So tell me what the idea is behind this.
OK, so Bags of Taste you might think is a cooking course, but actually it is more than a cooking course. It's a multi-layered approach at really changing people's lives. And actually what I've seen so far in terms of people and our students is absolutely inspirational. So how it works is, first of all, in terms of outreach, I work with local community groups, citizens advice bureaus, individuals that are working with people in their homes, and look at people who are really wanting to actually impact this. When the lessons actually happen, it's a free, fun lesson that happens over 4 weeks. I demonstrate a couple of dishes each week, and then the most important thing is that we have enough cooking equipment for every single student to actually be cooking themselves.
So these are people who probably, well, we know what we heard in there, some people have been through the care system, so they've not had that kind of mum and dad at home showing them how to cook. People who are some maybe vulnerable, who've never done this before. So it can be daunting if you've never cooked, can't it?
Absolutely, and Bags of Taste really spends some time in terms of breaking down the barriers why people aren't cooking or can cook and don't want to cook. They've lost their mojo. It might be people who've been bereaved, who just are feeling that they don't want to cook for themselves anymore. It might be people in food poverty who feel that they can't afford to cook for themselves anymore. And the really good thing about Bags of Taste is once we've actually had the lesson, everybody sits down to enjoy a meal together. But then we provide bags that have enough food in there for a family of 4 for £3, so people can go home, practice all the stuff they've done in the lessons. And actually that kind of pester power at home really helps build people's confidence. You might have the kids going, Mum, that was fantastic. That was better than the takeaway. Can we do that again? Maybe we can do that again and change something in it, put chicken in it instead of beef or what have you. And people come back more motivated.
We do hear this, though, don't we? People do say, well, it's more expensive to cook fresh or it's more expensive to cook healthily. Actually,
Oh, it's totally cheaper, actually.
£4 for £3, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, all of our recipes have been tried and tested. We've got about 50 recipes from all around the world. They're kind of takeaway based, but they're super nutritious. Everything's between 400 and 500 calories. You've got at least 2 portions of vegetables in each of these. And because you're cooking from scratch, it's super simple, super nutritious, dead easy to do, and people are really changing their lives with this.
So let's not cherry pick. Let's go for actual reality. What was the last thing you cooked with a class?
Oh, yesterday we did, well, actually, what was the last thing that Jenny ate? I think that might be the easiest thing to say. We did Singapore noodles, which is a fantastic recipe, blending Chinese and Indian spices. Really delicious. It's a takeaway classic. People were absolutely loving that. The smell in our venue yesterday was just amazing. We also did a Parisian classic, which is French onion soup, which is just lush.
Absolutely right. How can people access these classes?
OK, so you can go on the Bags of Taste website, which is www.bagsoftaste.org. People can contact me at sheffield@bagsoftaste.org. And basically anybody is welcome to these. There's all sorts of reasons why people might want to improve their cooking. People may want to volunteer, and we'd very much welcome volunteers as well. So.
And tell us about Bags of Taste. How is it funded and are you looking to expand?
Oh, definitely. I mean, so far we've been really successful in London and the South. In fact, last year, Bags of Taste won runner-up in the Observer magazine's Ethical Food Project Awards. It just shows how exciting and different and sustainable our project is. So as of a month ago, we've come up to Sheffield and we're aiming, obviously we're working in Stocksbridge at the moment, but we're aiming to have courses running right across Sheffield. So we'll welcome support from anybody who wants to support this project across Sheffield.
Sounds great. Thank you very much indeed for coming in this morning.
You're more than welcome.
I'd love to hear your tips for a nice cheap meal this morning. What do you eat when there's not a great deal in the fridge? Why don't you text us 81333, start your text with the word Sheffield. Louise Barter, thanks very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Travel news for South Yorkshire and North Derbyshire.
Here's Ed now. Morning, Ed.
Morning, Toby. There was an issue southbound on the M1 very briefly around 29 at Chesterfield in which a lorry had broken down, but it has been recovered. Things should be absolutely fine on that stretch now ahead of this morning's peak period. Just be aware, already starting to build around Sheffield.